All right, good day, everybody, and welcome to Headline Hits with LW. It is Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022. All right, scraping the bottom of the barrel today for some of these stories, but I just found one right before I went live that you're not going to want to miss. A little tidbit about Joe Biden's daughter. So stay tuned to the very end, and I will share exactly what she's saying about her father. All right, first one that I want to talk about this morning. Biology trumps gender. World Athletics president hints at trans banned in women's matches. It's about time. That's all I can say. This war on women needs to end. And the president of the World Athletics has suggested that biology or biological male transgender athletes should be prohibited from competing in females' international competitions, declaring that biology trumps gender. And I totally agree with him 100%. Lord Sebastian Coe, the president of the World Athletics, the governing body of the international track and field competitions, has hinted that the organization may adopt a new eligibility requirements that could see trans athletes banned from facing off against women, as he hailed the move by FIA to ban transgender people from who've experienced male puberty from female swimming matches. So there's a little bit of pushback. I'm glad to see this. I think it needs to be all over the place. High school, junior high, college, professionals. Um, I don't think that biological males should compete with females, period. Even if they've had a sex change, you were born a male, you're a male. That's just my opinion. All right, let's talk about the next headline. This one, I started to read it, really made me want to vomit in my mouth. It's just disgusting. So let's read it. The rich get richer. Brock and Big Mike Obama team up with Amazon's Audible following exit from Spotify. What's this talking about? Well, let's read a little further. Brock and Mike Obama are expanding their media empire by teaming up with Amazon's Audible and a multi-year deal that will see the former first couple create podcasts and other Audible content for the platform following their departure from Spotify. Now, remember, Joe Rogan had said something on Spotify, and it fired a bunch of people up. Neil Diamond and the rest of the dingbats out there decided that they were going to pull away from Spotify if they didn't get rid of Joe Rogan off of Spotify. Well, Spotify kept Joe Rogan, and the rest of them started exiting, including the Obamas. The Obamas' Higher Ground production company struck a first look deal, which is reportedly worth several $1,000,000. So these guys keep getting richer and richer and richer while the rest of us keep suffering paycheck to paycheck. Just makes me sick, to be honest with you. All right, next headline. Analysis or analyst warns that U.S. definitely headed towards a recession. I'm giving you guys a warning. Here's another shot across the bow. Appearing Tuesday on Fox Business Network, Stephen Schwartz, principal of the Schwartz Group, painted a bleak picture of the U.S. economy. I read down through some of the back and forth with this, but more about what the article has to say is that the inflation is at a highest level ever. The growing debt is at a fast pace, faster than in the last 10 years. People are charging their credit cards, and the credit card debt now nationwide is over $1 trillion, which is an all-time high for people using their credit cards. They're using their credit cards for everything: to pay rent, to buy groceries, to put fuel in their vehicles. There's a comic meme going around Facebook that says, "Hey, I was just approved for my loan. Now I can fill my gas tank up." I don't think that's a joke. I really think that people are struggling right now. And so he goes further to say, my fear is going into the summer is people are so fed up with COVID that they are going to go on their vacation and continue to spend, come back, spend come heck or high water because of cabin fever, and then reconcile their bills when they come due in the fall. With that being said, there never had an environment like this before, and it's not just these high prices at the pump, but more importantly, the grocery counter. And we've never been able to avoid a recession. We are on the cusp of recession, if not already in a recession. End quote. All right, folks, there's another warning. Pay attention to what's going on out there. Tighten up, because I think things might get a little bumpy here. All right, next headline. J6 committee decrees protests at election officials' homes. Silent on protest at SCOTUS justices' homes. What's that all about? Well, the J6 committee opened its fourth public hearing Tuesday with a complaint about the protest at the homes of election officials across the country, while saying nothing about the protest at the homes of Supreme Court justices. Representative Adam Schiff condemned then President Donald Trump for not condemning the 2020 protest without noting the fact that the Biden White House has specifically encouraged protest outside the homes of Supreme Court justices against existing federal law. You just cannot make this stuff up. It is it's not a two-way street here. It is one set of rules for one people and a different set of rules for different people. One set of laws for one people, different set of laws for another group of people. And that is not fair. All right, next headline. Let's talk about this cornhole. John Cornyn says comment to senators about immigration deal was a joke. Senator John Cornyn, the Republican from Texas, insisted on Wednesday morning that he was joking when he made a comment to the other senators on Tuesday night, promising an immigration deal after the gun control deal he negotiated in the Senate. He, quote, said, the Democrats and their allies in the media really can't take a joke. There's no secret amnesty bill, said Cornyn. And his office told Breitbart News that the senator was just joking and that there was no immigration negotiations, nor are there expected to be. Why did I bring this article up? I brought this article up because I don't believe this guy. You know how somebody, Denise told me this. You know how somebody jokes with you and says, oh, they say something to you to see your facial expression or your body language or your reaction. If they don't get the reaction they're looking for, then they say, oh, I was just joking. Well, I believe that that's what this guy is doing. I believe that him and Turtle Man and the rest of the rhinos and the Democrats are honestly putting a bill together for amnesty for millions and millions of illegal aliens here across our border in the United States. That's what I believe. I hope I'm wrong. All right, last article of the day, and then I'm going to give you a little tidbit from Joe Biden's daughter herself. Now, this one was really concerning to me because what the title said when I clicked on it was that the Senate reveals a social credit score to purchase firearms. Did you hear what I just said? Senate reveals a bill that requires social credit to purchase firearms. Senate unveils language of gun control, expands background checks, and expands prohibited purchasers. Now, I know about Dan Bongino just put something out today about this too. The NRA, they're not happy with this bill. I'm telling you guys right now, this John Cornyn, Turtle Man himself, these guys cannot be trusted. Whatever they're putting together in this gun bill is not going to be good for us, the law-abiding American citizens. The Senate unveiled Tuesday the language of a bipartisan gun control deal that Senator John Cornyn, the Republican from Texas, struck with the Democrats at Senate Majority Leader Mitch the Turtle Man McConnell's behest. NPR reports that the gun control expands background checks for gun buyers ages 18 to 20. The legislation also expands the prohibited buyers list by adding dating relationships under the domestic violence clause, thus closing the boyfriend loophole Democrats have argued against for years. Again, it's just a lot of stuff that we really need to pay attention to. It goes on further to say the legislation also contains, now listen to this, financial incentives for states that agree to adopt the red flag laws. What's a red flag law? Red flag law is if anyone in your circle, whether it be family, friends, coworkers, deem you a threat to America, to them, to whatever, and you have weapons, they can actually turn you in. And then you'll hear a knock, knock, knock at the door, and they come grab your firearms. That's what red flag laws pertains to. It's other things as well, but that's a big one. So Representative Matt Gaetz anticipated the financial incentives for the red laws, telling Breitbart News Saturday that cornhole gun control package uses, listen to this, federal money to bribe states to enact red flag laws. Now, we talk about this all the time here at LWN, how the states are constantly sucking on the tit of the government. They're always getting all these incentives. They're always getting all of this free money. The school, the education, they're doing it as well. Highway, everybody is connected to the feds in some form or fashion, getting all that money. This is just another thing that the federal government is now going to bribe states. Think about it. A state that's on the fence, possibly, that's thinking about, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. But then the feds come in and say, well, we'll give you billions of dollars if you'll adopt this red flag law. Well, of course, they're going to jump on it. The NRA responded to the gun control by saying it falls short at every level. I'm giving you guys this warning. I want you guys to pay attention to this. You really need to contact your state representatives and say, what the hell is going on? We don't agree with this. This is not something that you guys can just pass in the dead of the night, which they had another meeting at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, late at night when everybody's already in bed. They've been passing stuff like this and talking about stuff like this when all of us are still asleep. All right. I want to share this little tidbit from you. I find this very strange. I got this from The Lid. That's the source, The Lid. It's a article that they picked up. And what happened was Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley Biden, didn't even know he had a daughter. Ashley Biden actually had to go to a halfway house sometime here in her life. I don't know if it's very recently. I'm assuming it's within the last year. She was at a halfway house, and just like the other Biden children, she forgets things. She leaves something laying around. Just like old Hunter himself, who takes his laptop to a computer expert and then conveniently forgets it and it becomes property of the computer company. This gal here actually has a diary. She's at a halfway house and she leaves it under the bed when she leaves. One of the cleaning ladies there, or one of the staff, actually grabs it and sells it to the media. I want to read one of the one of the quotes, one of the phrases that she's talking about out of this diary. And the title of this article is actually Ashley Biden's diary reveals Joe Biden may be creepier than we thought. Now, I can't even believe what I'm reading here. Like I said, this is out of The Lid. If you guys want to Google it, I don't have a link. It's sickening, to be honest with you. So here's what Ashley Biden has to say. Quote, I have always been boy crazy, hyper-sexualized at a young age. I remember somewhat being sexualized with a family member. I remember having sex with friends at a young age. Now, here is the super creepy part. Showers with my dad, probably not appropriate. Now, if you guys want to catch more on this, Tucker Carlson, I believe, has it on his Rumble page. He caught a copy of this diary. He talked about it. You guys can catch it out. But how about that? Taking a shower with my dad, probably inappropriate. Pretty disgusting and disturbing things coming out of Biden's children. Just stuff that you just shake your head. Think, could it get any worse? But it continues to get worse. All right, that's all I have for today, folks. I did cancel Podbean today. I don't have anybody on with me for Podbean today, so I'm going to rest up and get ready for a special night tonight. I got a special guest, somebody we've never had on the show before, so don't miss that tonight. It's going to be really exciting and going to bring a lot of information, so bring your notebook. All right, Talk to you guys later tonight.